Hey! So I finished up the install on your SaberForge ASP hilts with a Proffie v3.9 and a custom static chassis. Just kind of do a quick little rundown on the install itself. So here's your ASP hilts. We've got all the parts clocked together. We've got the emitter clocked with the body section so it aligns with the cover tech wheel. We have the switches aligned opposite of the cover tech, and the pommel aligned as well. So for the emitter, as well as the pommel section, those I clocked just by sanding down where the parts made it together. The body section uses an internal timing shim. That way it aligns the cover tech with the switches. Because it is an internal timing shim, you want to make sure that you don't over tighten it, otherwise you may affect the clocking of it eventually. In our emitter, we have our illuminated nail pixel connector. We got our two red raised head AV switches. So to access the internals, just unscrew the body section. You don't need to touch the pommel or the emitter. So just unscrew the body section, like so, revealing your custom static chassis. So here it is in a light gray PTG. We got our LED strip back here with a panel over it, as well as a diffusion strip. Got our Proffie v3.9. So I swapped that over with one of my own Proffie v3.9s. That way you don't have the CZ Sabers logo like you requested. We have our battery holder here. Got a kill switch, tactile switch here, which I'll go over after, and a 28mm bass speaker. For the battery holder, you can remove the battery just by kind of pinching the positive end, like so, and removing it. So the battery holder is marked positive and negative there. Spring side for the negative side, and the button top side for the button top. So I'll set that aside for now. So because it does use a slanted Proffie board holder, it's a little bit hard to access the boot and reset switches in case you need to put the board into the bootloader mode. So I've actually moved the boot button externally here. So this is wired up to the onboard tiny boot button. So if you ever need to put the board into bootloader, you hold down the boot button and then just toggle the kill switch. That would actually trigger the same operation as holding the boot button as well as and tapping the reset button. So just holding boot and then toggling reset. So let's put the battery back in here. Negative side into the negative side here with the spring. Button top towards the button top. So when I insert my batteries in my chassis, I like to insert it negative side first because my chassis has this lip right there. That helps to hold the battery in a little bit tighter. Flip the kill switch on, so there it's marked on in Arabesh. So the back here with the accent LED strip, currently it's a battery indicator. It's kind of like a pulsating battery indicator. It's yellow right now, so it might be at like 60 or 70%. To the sides of the LED strips, I've partitioned off 2 pixels to show the current blade color. So it's on a Qui-Gon Jinn font right now, so it's on green. And then if you switch it to like an Obi-Wan font, it's blue. So let's cycle that back.
I'm Qui-Gon Jinn.
Now that you have your power on, you just screw the pommel back on. And then line up the cover tech roughly with the switches. And being careful not to over tighten it too much. So let's put a blade in here. So here I have a kind of dagger 1-inch test blade. Just making sure that you loosen any blade retention screws that you have. So on this hilt you have the 1 blade retention screw there. This holds the nail pixel connector in place, so you don't ever need to touch that unless you want to adjust the depth of your blade plug. So just if you want to do that, lightly loosen this and then just push down your blade plug until it sits flush with the emitter. Currently I have it set so that it's about 34mm in depth, which should be the height of the blade plug that you purchased. So with the blade retention screw backed out, just insert the blade And then with the NeoPixel connectors I use, that I've designed, I actually have an extra pin for blade detection, so which is what that sound was. When the NeoPixel connector makes contact with the blade, it plays a blade insertion sound. And then when it loses contact with the blade, it plays a blade removal sound. So like that. So now just make sure the blade is seated all the way, and then tighten your blade retention screw. So on the saber, I have a few gesture controls enabled, like swing on and twist off. You can also turn on with the ignition button up here. The bottom button is the auxiliary button. So you got blaster blocks, you got flash on flash, you got your smooth swing and action swings.
Obi-Wan.
So on the saber, I loaded about the 17 or 18 or so fonts that you requested. With the Obi-Wan episode 3. Anakin episode 3. Darth Vader episode 3.
Where is he?
This one would be the Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan series. Rogue One. And this is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Anakin.
General Anakin Skywalker.
And those are the two from Ahsoka.
Second sister.
You're wrong.
Just a simple wander.
Ronan.
It's the Margrave!
And now on this Margrave font, the Fett style has it so that it starts off with as red. And then if you do a force effect, so it's an interactive blade style. When you do a force effect, it changes to the green blade style. First, trigger force, and then turns green.
That's my master. I'm Qui-Gon Jinn.
And then back to the Qui-Gon font. So, there you have it. There's your SaberForge ASP installed with Proffie v3.9. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll have the config file stored on the SD card for you, and I'll get that emailed to you as well. As always, thank you so much for letting me work on this, and may the Force be with you.